But you can do better than that. Good afternoon, Gary, Indiana. That's what's up. That's what's up. You guys look beautiful this afternoon. I'm Tony Simpson, the Gary International Black Film Festival, and I would like to welcome each and every one of you to our humble, beloved city. Welcome to the 12th Annual Gary International Black Film Festival Awards Ceremony. Before we get started with this afternoon's ceremony, the Gary International Black Film Festival would like to express that we are deeply grateful and honored to be able to call this beautiful campus of Indiana University Northwest our cinematic home. There you go. There you getting the feel of it. You getting the hang of it. None of this would be possible without the continued support from this gem of an establishment that is an anchor here in our community. At this time, I would like to welcome to the stage the Director of the Office of Diversity and Multicultural Affairs, Dr. James Wallace, who will bring greetings on behalf of Chancellor Iwana. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Wallace to the stage.
Thank you, Tony. Unfortunately, Chancellor Iwana could not be here today, but he does bring greetings, and I bring greetings on his behalf. And I just want to share with you the remarks that he shared with me just this morning. I wish I could be with you today at the closing awards ceremony for the 12th Annual Gary International Black Film Festival, but I'm currently on business in Washington, D.C. on behalf of Indiana University Northwest. Engaging in transformation and innovative, creative activity is a pillar of IU Northwest's strategic priorities, and I can't think of an event that better represents the invaluable contribution of our communities in advancing this goal with us. Our collaboration and support of the film festival is a deep point of pride for our institution. I want to thank everyone who helped make this film festival the premier event that it has become, the organizers, sponsors, and filmmakers, with a special nod to the great Deon Taylor and the aspiring filmmakers who participated in the festival's inaugural fellowship with him. Congratulations to all the festival awardees. We are already counting the days until next year's festival. Thank you.
Again, thank you, Dr. Wallace and Chancellor Iwana, for your tireless support and dedication to our cultural event that brings independent Black film not only to Gary's audience, but to the international audience as well. I'd also like to take this time and say thank you to all of you who are here today for joining us on this gorgeous Sunday afternoon, and to our growing list of sponsors and partners as we recognize those who are making us all proud to be Garyites. This year's awards ceremony is a celebration of many firsts. And by this, I mean the Gary International Black Film Festival was able to pay homage to those who have been forgotten and have impacted the world in ways unimagined. Our opening night festivities brought together intergenerational shared stories about an unsung heroine in the world of golf, a woman who earnestly devoted her energies to doing good while striving hard in her chosen path. I am speaking about none other than Gary's own first Black queen of the golf world, Miss Ann Gregory. Today, we are humbled. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy and just bask in this. That's Gary's own, y'all. 1942, USGA amateur tournament. She won and broke all kind of color barriers. She broke the barriers here also. That's why we were able to play on that golf course just across the way. Let's give that another round of applause. Today, we are humbled and incredibly proud to have the Honorable Mayor of the City of Gary joining us today, as he will present the key to the city to a Gary native that's in a lane all of his own. A prolific writer, self-taught filmmaker, director, and idea generator. I am talking about none other than Mr. Deon Taylor. Mr. Mayor.
Good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for coming out. I bring you greetings on behalf of the city of Gary, all of its elected officials, certainly all of its citizens, and Gary City Hall. It's a great honor to be here this afternoon for a number of reasons, but most of all to honor someone who is, as Tony said, a hometown hero. I think it's tremendous, and I'd like for all of you to join me in giving all of the amazing, talented artists that were here throughout the last few days and certainly here today a round of applause. Please join me in doing so. I certainly want to congratulate the Gary Black Film Festival on yet another year presenting creative, inspirational talent in the area of arts and entertainment. As the mayor, I'm certainly proud and I'm amazed at all the amazing, talented folks that showed up this week. And certainly we all want to continue to foster that type of activity and certainly that type of creativity right here in the city of Gary. I think we should also be proud, and I'm certain that we are, that many of the artists that were featured this weekend were right here from Gary, Indiana, including a gentleman. Yes, give them a round of applause. Tremendous, great individuals. But speaking of greatness, it gives me tremendous pleasure to present today to Deon Taylor, the key to the city of Gary. Deon and his list of accomplishments are quite extensive. Tony shared a couple of them, but please allow me. A prolific writer, self-taught filmmaker, director, and as she said, idea generator. Deon is also the founder of the independent film production company, Hidden Empire Film Group. Most recently, he released 2 films that achieved great successes. And it was done during the height of a COVID-19 pandemic. The first one being released in 2020 through Lion Gate Film, the tout thriller Fatale. Also, Deon, along with his wonderful wife and Robert Smith, created, and let me get my notes right. I gotta read my own writing here. I'm so sorry. Deon and his wife, as I mentioned, Mrs. Taylor, along with Robert Smith, released a series called Wake, which was an independent digital film series and political campaign to inspire young adults to come out and get involved in the community. Most of all, Deon is right here from Gary, Indiana, and it gives me great pleasure to ask Mr. Taylor to join me on the stage today to present to him the key to the city. Yes, sir.
Stand up.
Can I say a couple things here?
By all means.
Just want to say thank you so much, man. This is crazy. The festival is I gotta get my words together. This has been a lot. Working and then we're down here shooting Power in Chicago, and my brother Joseph Secord came down here and to support me. But the whole time leading up to this moment, Velma, my wife Roxanne, my family, I just been thinking the whole time about this festival and what this would actually really mean to me. We are 5 generations Gary, Indiana. Thank you. My brother John, I don't even know where John's at. My brother John is right here. My mom sang here, worked here, lived here, raised her boys here. My dad, my sister's right here, Bianca. My dad worked in the steel mill for 1,000 years, Vietnam vet. My mom now is suffering with dementia and Alzheimer. My father died a couple years ago. And throughout their entire lives, Gary was significant to them. There was never a day that went by that we didn't talk about Gary or something that happened to me magical in Gary. And I'm saying this today to say this. This is a very, very tough place to be. We've had a very hard time systemically here. My upbringing was just like everyone else's upbringing here, running around, trying to figure it out, trying to eat, heating our house with the oven. We done did it all. Shoes on the ground. And I have had multiple cousins killed by gun violence here. I've had multiple cousins incarcerated. And when I come back here, every time I go, well, why did God allow me to be here and get out and do what I'm doing? What am I, or why am I here for this? And most recently with the Gary International Film Festival, it was one of the first times in my life that I understood exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Thank you. Get to a place to where it's not about materialistic things. It's not about what you can get, what car you could drive. It's really about what are you going to leave behind? What are you going to give? Who are you going to inspire? Who are you going to help? Who are you going to move forward? And you really, really quickly understand that the more you do that, the more successful you personally are. This festival means a lot to me. I don't remember how many weeks it was, but I remember just calling people on the phone like, yo, can you get on the phone with these kids and just talk to them about what you do as a writer, what you do as a producer, what you do as a director. And we had some incredible names just hop on and do that for me. But now, today, I just want to tell everybody out there that's part of this family, part of this city, there would be no Deion Taylor if there was not a Gary, Indiana. Period. Period. Just understanding, man, that we really had to get it from the mud. Everybody out here really had to get it from the mud. There was nothing handed to us. There was no days off. My mom worked multiple jobs. My dad worked multiple jobs. There was no days off. And when you get older and you understand that you got to get up and go get it, when you get up and understand there is nothing, that no one's going to give you anything, you got to go get it for yourself. This town teaches you that. From the steel mill workers to the people commuting to Chicago back and forth for 20 plus years, this city teaches you that. So I just want to tell everybody, man, thank you. I love this city. I love everyone here. My Uncle Lawrence is here. My sister's here. My wife is here. My little boys is here. I'm trying to tell these boys right now, like, hey, man, y'all, I ain't gonna get into that. But God is real. And it's cities like this that truly make you understand that. Because when there is nothing there for you, when you cannot see the light or the road ahead, some way, somehow, some reason, something just happens and someone pulls you through, and that's God. So I want to tell you guys, thank you. This means the world to me. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yes.
Just to give it up for him some more, Deion Taylor. Just a couple more brief remarks. So some of you may or may not be aware, but last year around this time, in fact, it was October 8th of last year, we designated October 8th as Deion Taylor Day. Again, another fitting recognition. And Deion, I remember some of the conversations that we had that day and some of the desires that you had to not only continue to hone your craft, but to do so right here in Gary. And so as the mayor, it's my desire that you utilize that key to unlock all the talents that you have inside of you, and certainly to experience and expose talent right here in the city of Gary. Congratulations to you. We love you. We support you. And we always want nothing but the best for you. Thank you very much.
Wow, this is a hard act to follow, you guys. We're gonna do our best. Thank you so very much, Mr. Mayor. And Deion, congratulations. The real rundown fellowship. That's what Mr. Deion Taylor was speaking of. The launching of the inaugural Gary International Black Film Festival Fellowship, The Real Rundown with Deion Taylor, has been a collaborative endeavor that ensured that talented emerging voices receive the support, resources, and industry exposure necessary to develop and complete their visions and reach audiences and industry decision makers. The GIBFF fellows were able to work and gain invaluable knowledge regarding several aspects of making movie magic happen by being up close and personal with prominent award-winning film industry creators and creatives who met consecutively 6 times a week during the summer, including pitching their final projects that debuted on yesterday, Saturday, here during the festival. Let's take a look at one of the what we dubbed WIP, Work in Progress sessions. Right there, you guys, as they're pulling up that bean footage, for those of you that know what I'm talking about, if you like baked beans. We'd like to once again thank our sponsors. Here we go. Oh, they stopped it. Can we roll a little bit of that and turn the volume up a little bit? Now I got to go into the other hat. I'm sorry, you guys.
Directors, we got filmmakers, we have muralists, we have visual artists, a mixed bag. Document. We have it all.
Mhm. Mhm. that gave you an idea of how these sessions were going. You're about to come right on up here anyway. Come on.
Just listen, I want to take 1 second. I'm taking over the whole show now. Watch out, Tony. So look, listen, this is great. So just so everybody understand what like a snapshot of what this was that we did over, how many weeks was it? Over 6 weeks was basically we hop consecutive weeks, we hop on the Zoom, and basically you would get an opportunity to talk to someone who has actually made it or done it in Hollywood. Now, what we tried to do is get people like Kurt Wimmer, guys that have been nominated for Academy Awards for writing, actors, producers, directors. Now, but the reason that you do that is because what you're trying to do is explain that film, entertainment, writing, directing, producing is all driven from your heart. There's nothing else. There's no other way to get into this space unless you are driven and you just go do it. Everyone will have the same story. I promise you that. And why I'm hopping up here right now is because there's some dynamic energy in this room right now. And I'm gonna just take a second. Tony, don't slap me in the back of the head. I'm gonna just show y'all something real fast. Ephraim, stand up real fast. That's my brother right there. Listen to this, listen. Now, I know he looks like a model, he's really not. All right, here's the thing. So, me and that dude slept in a waterbed together throughout high school. Now, here's what's crazy. How many years in the NFL did you play? Went to the Super Bowl, right? Now, come out the Super Bowl, get out the league, sitting down on the ground, trying to figure it out. I'm running around doing entertainment. I'm writing, me and Roxanne producing, making movies. Omar, yo, we all kind of in this space. He says, man, I'm finna become a writer. Never wrote a day in his life. Listen, it's a football player. A writer, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. What are you doing now? Gonna get better. It's gonna get better. I'm trying to show y'all. Solomon, where you at? Stand up. This brother right here. How many years ago did I meet you? 20 years ago. Rapping out of Chicago. We in California. Me and him hit it off. Become very, very close. I said, man, what you want to do? For some reason, every time I see him, he got his own style. Just like right now, he's swagged. I'm like, yo, man, everybody like Solomon always look dope. I'm like, yeah, Solomon got the eye, right? Solomon, tell them what you're doing now. What shows have you worked on as a designer and a costume designer? Come on, tell these people what you're doing, man. You just gonna mumble. You gonna mumble Black Panther and Thor? Okay, cool. Okay. BMF, Shy. Go ahead, man. Okay, now, did you go to school for this? Okay, sit down. All right. Joe Shakur, stand up. Where's he at? It's my brother right here, man. I know everybody always, here's the complete polar opposite of Tommy. Okay. Now, this is my brother. We met on the set of The Intruder. Michael Ealy, making good. We're making this little independent movie. Roxanne's producing the hell out of this movie. We're like, yo, I hope this works. The movie goes on and open #1 in the world, right? Makes $40, $50 million of $2 million budget. Insane. Now, while I'm sitting there talking, I'm like, man, you so good, man. Me and him become really good friends. How long had you been acting before you got power? Let me say it again. How long had you been acting before you got power? After 26 years, he lands a show that becomes the #1 show on television for a string of 7 years. And then it gets better than that. He then spins that show off to the #1 show that's his show for the last 3 seasons. Want me to sit down?
I sure do.
Yeah, I'm gonna just tell one more thing. One more. I'm gonna come up there, but okay, one more person. All right, Rashad, stand up. I got a minute of these. Stand up. That's Rashad. How long have I known you? 20 years I've known him. Thought he could hoop. He was all right. Left hand. I get that dude the business though. All right. So he comes to me a couple years ago, sit with me and Roxanne. He says, hey, I got an idea. I want to start a business, a brand. What's the name of the company? He wants to start a thing called Stable Goods. I'm like, what is that? Because we all wear these shoes. We have a thing called a shoe group where we collect shoes. So we're like, all right, we got $100,000 of shoes. We always buying shoes. Today in Chicago, we in all the stores buying shoes. He creates a backpack called Stable. The brand is Stable. It becomes the #1 shoe backpack in the entire country. Do you have any experience at that? Do you know what you was doing? You still don't know what you're doing, right? Okay. So my point is there is nothing that you cannot do. One more and I'm getting down. Tony just pinched me. Johan, stand up. Johan is from Gary, Indiana. Yo, stand up. Gary, Indiana. That's my cousin. Y'all remember Bobby Joyner? Used to be the fire chief. That was his stepdad. We all played basketball here under Bobby Joyner. He was pretty good. I used to always get him too, though. Anyways, forever, always been the good-looking guy in our group. Y'all know what it is. We like, damn, everybody like, yo, right? There he is. Yo said he gonna start acting. I'm like, all right, cool. Put Yo in the first movie ever. He did some stuff in '75, which was my first movie. And then secondly, we put him in Meet the Blacks, the first one. That movie opens up, kills it. Now he has done Meet the Blacks. Fatal gonna be in Free Agents that's coming up soon. Also, getting ready, and I'm announcing this now, getting ready to actually now be on Power with Joe on the finale that we're shooting this year. That's him right there. No acting experience. All right. Now, I'm only saying that to say that there's nothing that you cannot do. There's no agent, there's no manager, there's nothing that you cannot do. So what we do these things, these Zooms for all you students out there, my mom, oh my God, this take y'all be up here an hour. My mom came to me, was like, I'm gonna act. Tyler Perry wrote me a letter. I said, Tyler Perry wrote you no damn letter. He wrote me a letter. She showed me a letter. I am trying to actively be a director. This is a true story, and I'm getting down, Tony. It's a true story. I said, ain't nowhere in the world. My mom's 63 years old at the time. I said, man, go ahead and sit down somewhere. She said, all I need to do is buy me a ticket to Atlanta because the man told me to come. I said, all right, buy her a ticket to Atlanta. She go to Atlanta. She called me the next day and said, oh my God, I met Tyler Perry. I said, what? Did you tell him about me? She said, no. But I read this part. It was really, really good. And he looked me in my eyes. I could tell he wanted to say something to me. Here I am. No, he don't really want to say that to you. Just doing a casting call, Mom. It's okay. Get on the plane tonight and come on back home. Later that night, she called me. She said, I can't get on the plane. I need to stay another night at the motel. I said, why? She said, because they want me to come back. I said, what? She stayed another night. The next night, she calls me again. She says, oh my God, they want me to come back again. So now I'm going, as a filmmaker, I'm going like, yo, she's making it down the road. She stays 2 more times. My mom ends up booking, what's the name of, which one was it? Medea, listen, Tyler Perry's biggest movie to date. My mom books it, gets a starring role in it. The movie makes $500 million. Everywhere we go for the rest of this time, everywhere we walk, somebody be like, oh my God, you related to Tyler Perry. She's an actress now. So I tell you guys, do not give up. All right, Tony, I took over your whole thing.
No. Give him a round of applause. I love it. Nowhere else but Gary. But you're coming right back up here, sir, because we're about to, that's why I said, get your water, because now it is all about the fellows and the real rundown. So presenting the awards tonight is the founder and director of the Gary International Black Film Festival, Ms. Karen Toring, and the director, writer, producer, and founder of Hidden Empire Film Group. Let's give it up again, you guys, Mr. Deon Taylor and Ms. Karen Toring.
Okay, all right. I think what she told us to do was to read the names.
Okay.
And talk about the fellows.
Okay.
And you've already talked about fellowship.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, whatever
Are-
y'all
are
need to do.
yeah.
It's impromptu. Y'all know what it is.
You know,
We up
come
here
on.
doing it. Now, one more person I was gonna talk about too.
Oh, wait,
You gotta hear
no,
me.
no, no. You can do, can you do this later? No, you, come on over here. Okay, so here are the fellows. You got it. And then I'm gonna go get Addison's. All right? All right. So we had an amazingly good time in our inaugural Real Rundown Fellowship. Is Miss Velma in here?
Yes, yes.
Miss Velma, I want to shout, Missy, because I got some shout outs.
I know you do.
Dang, I got some shout outs too. Miss Velma and it's McKenya. Is McKenya Dilworth in here?
Yeah.
Okay, look at that woman right there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. McKenya built the curriculum.
Did a great job.
She built the curriculum for the fellows, met with them every single week and got them prepared to meet with the industry people that Dion, brought to the fellowship. So those two women, Miss Velma on the Hidden Empire side and McKenya on the GIBFF side, thank you. Black women doing work. Black women doing work. Okay, you ready? All right, so the amazing people, we saw some good films yesterday, y'all. I cried. Who cried? Who cried? Right? Yeah, oh, the work that these fellows did, the inspiration they got from just knowing that Dion had their backs was incredible. And we want y'all to see them. I mean, like really see them. Just like our first film at the Gary International. Who knows what the first film was? I have told this story. We've been here 12 years. I tell this story every year. Who was the first film 12 years ago? Who was a filmmaker? That Ava DuVernay was our very first film, right? So it's some Ava DuVernays out here. It's some John Singletons out here, and you're about to meet them right now. So let's do our first award. Come on up, Miss Addison Bellhome. Y'all want to see the trailer first? Okay, let's see the work. Let's see the work one more time. You know the truth. Okay, so then we go, I'll do one, you do one. I'll do one.
Addison, I'll do William Bowman.
Okay.
You do Brandon.
Okay, who's my Brandon? Who's over there in the hat with the glasses? PQ, just like a P and a Q. Mhm. That one. Yeah. Wow, that was a nice piece. Thank you, James. James Ward, one of our team members, built that reel. So the first award, I mean, not, it's not an award, it's just a thank you. Thank you for putting in the work. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for trying. You know, you can do this work and, you know, invite people to the, you know, to the party or to the work. And then they, you know, they ghost you, they don't show up. But these folks showed up. And I was transformed just watching them be transformed. So our first recognition goes to Addison. You're out there, Addison at home on Zoom. Hey, Addison. Is she streaming? Okay, Addison will accept this on your behalf and put it in the mail, send it to you with all the other things. Thank you, Addison. Okay, yeah. Yeah, she was here yesterday.
Wow. All right. The second, what do we call it? Award or recipient, William Bowman. Come on up. William was cooking too, man. William was cooking. He even got the director sweatsuit on. Great job, William. Really great job.
Okay, let's get y'all on deck. Next up is Brandon Bowens. Oh, y'all gonna get a picture? Who's doing the photos? Okay.
The next is PQ Brown. PQ not here?
PQ's from Gary. He lives in California. Yeah, he's amazing. All right, up next is Monte Dixon.
Hey.
I think next is Latrice Edwards. Come on up, Latrice.
Come on, Latrice.
This is a working woman, got a business, got her own industry. She's the industry in and of herself. And she did the fellowship. She found time. It's like Dion said, you can be whatever you want to be. You just got to make time to do it. All right, Chandra, is Chandra in the house? Chandra, is Chandra? There you go. Okay, no, okay, you can go sit back down. No, I'm just playing with you. Come on up here and get your roses. Chandra been all over, look at, walk, girl, walk, girl. Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Courtney Nicole. Franklin, let's go.
Accepting for both. Thank you, dear. Thank you for getting that for her. All right, Alethea. Is Alethea here? You here? Okay, there you go. Okay, so up next is Alethea Gordon. Come on, a vision. Come on up here, girl. She did not come to play. She came to slay. Right? This is the woman that does not play. Y'all about to see her up on the big screen. You're about to see her work.
Marvin Hudson Jr., come on down.
Was here, I thought I saw him earlier. Okay, see Marvin. I hope he didn't have to go to the restrooms because, you know, they're renovated. Okay. Oh, look at my friend up here. Come on up here. Bring your baby with you because you can't do nothing else. Miss Passion Jefferson. Do some 1, 2, 3s.
Go on, Pastor. Go on, Pastor.
Okay, is Dimitri here? Dimitri?
Dimitri Jones.
Okay, there you go. Oh, yeah, you know.
Coming to the stage. You know him as Didi. We call him Dimitri Jones.
Look, carrying his brand with him. Where Dimitri goes, the brand goes. Go ahead, Dimitri. Don't let him stop that brand. Don't let him stop that brand. We got the fabulous Jerome Lynch taking them images. So good. You know they're gonna be good, y'all.
You gotta say 1, 2, 3 though.
All right, come on up here, Stepper. Miss Angel Knight, also entrepreneur, also working mom. Powerful Black woman, found 6 weeks. She found 6 weeks to do this fellowship.
And next we're gonna bring up Karina Mitchell. Where you at, Karina? Why don't you get the people that's not here?
You know, Karina would be in her car. Karina would be in these workshops in her car, right? Making it happen. Making it happen. Among all the things, Black women carry so much. Look at y'all. Y'all ain't on the runway. Come on up here, Miss Mitchell. Okay, Chris. Chris? Is Chris here? Okay, I didn't see Chris. All right. But we're gonna announce Chris's name because we're live streaming. Chris Robinson finished the fellowship. Thank you, Chris Robinson. Okay, here, you do so.
Next up, finna see this dude for a long time, man. For a long time. Jalen Scott. Where you at, Jay? Okay, Jay. The swaggiest director we know. Model / director. You gonna have to take all them clothes off. We start directing, man. You can't do none of that.
Right? You know, Jalen already, he's got his own paparazzi here. We don't know where they at. They all over the place.
Yeah, Nathaniel Tate, where you at? Tate in the house. In two.
Holding it down for the grown. And I would say sexy, but I don't know. Yeah, you can't say that anymore. Okay, Ryan, is Ryan here? Ryan's. All right. So let's shout out Ryan together. We know you out there, Ryan, on the live stream. Congratulations and thank you.
Good job. That's it. We gonna also have one more, we have two more gifts. The first gift is Rashad that owns Stable. How many bags have you brought? So every one of you guys is gonna get a brand new Stable bag, and he charged $500 from bags, so y'all gonna get one of them. And the next thing that we're gonna work out for everybody, all the fellows, everyone's gonna be gifted a camera from Hidden Empire Films, myself and Roxanne. Yeah, congratulations to you guys. Thank you.
You get a camera, you get a camera, you get a camera, you get a camera.
Don't go past 15 cameras though. At 15 cameras, we stop.
All right, Miss Tony, you want to come up and do the second half? Dion, thank you so much. Dion Taylor. Yeah.
Wow, you guys, I told you. What did I tell you? The surprises never stop. They never stop. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right.
Up here with
That's
you.
right. I'm sorry.
All right, there you go.
Ooh, here comes our personal. Let me move some of these papers out the way so I can see what we're working with. So the GIBFF has given several awards over the years to well-deserving individuals who have been diligent in working to lead contributive and value-creating lives, providing service to communities in their respective chosen paths has been a labor of love that they each possess and continue to give of themselves while expecting nothing in return.
So, when we first started doing this work, a lot of people wanted to, thank us and recognize us because, everybody that would come to the festival would say, this is so nice. Y'all are doing so much for the community, but, we're not the only ones, right? There are people every day that do amazing things for this city. And, we have a platform and we wanted to use that platform to recognize folks who are doing amazing work in this city. So we're going to do 3 awards today. We have the Impact Award, and that goes to somebody that every day is making an impact in Gary, is growing Gary every day. I'm pointing at you. No, I'm not pointing at you. I'm just pointing in general. The second award that we give is basically dedicated to one of the people that helped us found this festival, Kelachukwu Burenfre. And Kelachukwu, yeah, it was like, I'm not gonna cry this year about Kelachukwu because he's with us all the time. And Kelachukwu was a poet, he was an artist, he was a deep creative, and he loved Gary. And so the Kelachukwu Burenfre Award goes to somebody that represents his spirit. The third award is a new one that we're giving this year for people who, create something from nothing and stand in the vanguard. And as they are doing their work, they pull other folks up with them, right? Because, our friend Ava says, if your dream only includes you, then it's too small. It's too small. And so the Founders Award of Excellence goes to somebody who not only had a dream, but brought other people up with that dream. So we'll be giving those awards away today. Tony, you want to come over here and tell me about these folks?
Absolutely. Our first recipient of the GIBFF Impact Award is none other than the Reverend Curtis Whitaker Sr., CPA. He's the senior pastor of the Progressive Community Church and the president and CEO of Families Anchored in Total Harmony, Inc. That's Faith. Faith CDC is a social, environmental, and food justice organization that advocates for equitable access to resources that benefit Black, Indigenous people of color in the city of Gary and throughout Northwest Indiana. Reverend Curtis is a certified public accountant and a certified commercial farmer. His primary activity is to provide leadership and oversight of the programs of Faith CDC, of which Faith Farms and Orchid, a certified farm, is one such program. FFNO's mission is to equip urban growers of all ages with the tools needed to become certified growers and to provide access to fresh produce. Whitaker has been a guest lecturer on urban farming techniques and has been invited to present in 2018, the University of Notre Dame's Catholic Social Teaching Conference, Interfaith Leadership for Integral Development, a case study from Gary, Indiana. And in 2019, the Valparaiso University Thirst for Clean Water Summit, Faith in Action, Creating a Sustainable Community Through Faith. And in 2020, Purdue University College of Agriculture, and Curtis, I don't know what all these acronyms mean, HHS MLK event. Please, let's give a rousing applause as he comes to the stage for Reverend Curtis A. Whitaker. Now, don't. Oh, you're speaking, is he on Zoom? This just happened. Boy, I tell you, life happens. We will accept this honor on behalf of Pastor Whitaker, and I will definitely give him a call. And let's please keep the Whitaker family in our prayers. I know he was looking forward to this. We were just texting last night. Wow, life happens. Our next recipient of the Kelachukwu Brenfrey Vanguard Award is Ms. Dinah Lynn Biggs. Now, I'm gonna just start out by saying, when I tell you life happens and things just keep moving, Dinah Lynn, I'm pulling up her bio right quick, because we have someone here that will be accepting on her behalf. She was just called away to Vegas to do a filming. I don't know if many of you are familiar with this TV series Unsung. Yeah, that's where Dinah Lynn had to fly off to. So I accept that graciously. Dinah Lynn Biggs Radio. I know when you guys hear BIGGS, you're thinking of Ron Isley and all of them, but we got our own Biggs in Gary, Indiana. She's Biggs Radio, Indianapolis and Chicago. She's a veteran radio personality from Gary, Indiana, who started her radio career in the 70s at WWCA Radio in Gary, Indiana, under the direction of her mentor, Miss Vivian Carter of VJ Records. And for those of you who may not know about Vivian Carter and VJ Records out of Gary, she's the first to sign the Beatles. That's how we do it in Gary. Dinah Lynn had worked under the first Black-owned record label in the world, VJ Records, which set her apart from other personalities. Currently, in addition to her radio shows, she travels, speaking at high schools and universities abroad, educating about the success of VJ Records. Many of her shows are broadcast from the recording studio in Chicago or a remote location worldwide. Interviewing legends and breaking new music worldwide is what she is most known for. Dinah Lynn, I'm going to jump forward to current. Indianapolis licensed and WDLB Digital Broadcasting Indianapolis, which is today's R&B and classic hits while breaking new music. The station has been certified with the Better Business Bureau with an A+ rating. She definitely wanted me to share that with you guys. All radio personalities and DJs on her station are syndicated. As of 2021 to date, Dinah Lynn became the first female president of the National Black Radio Hall of Fame, Chicago, Indiana chapters. This is an honor that Dinah Lynn holds close to her heart as she feels that she can help preserve the legacy of radio personalities, persons in the field of radio and DJs worldwide. And as of this year, Dinah Lynn launched yet another radio station in Chicago and partnered with the Reverend Jesse L. Jackson as a part of youth community outreach, WCHI, Biggs Radio Chicago, the voice of a new generation, news, talk, and today's hip hop. I'm auditioning, y'all. And as of October this month, 2022, Dinah Lynn is slated to receive the highest honor there is for a radio personality in St. Louis. Dinah Lynn has also been handpicked by our current president, Joe Biden of the United States of America, to be presented with the Presidential Award for Community Service. So here to accept the Kelachukwu Brenfrey Award, and I can't see taking my glasses off, is our former mayor's son, Rudy Clay Jr. He's accepting this honor on behalf of Dinah Lynn Biggs, and I believe your mom, our former First Lady, Miss Christine Clay, is here in the audience with you. Oh, good. Thank you.
All right. Let's give it up for Dinah Lynn Biggs. Right.
I told you guys this was going to be an evening of first. We kind of do it like that, you know. The Steel City, still don't bend. Now, I am excited about this award here, our new award. This is the GIBFF Founders Award, Gary International Black Film Festival Founders Award. And this award goes to, now this is a challenge. So they're gonna have to help me out with this. These brothers here, the Williams brothers, Marion R. Williams and Tommy Williams, they are giants. Did I say giant or giants? Giants in the radio industry. Black radio, as you guys know, is almost extinct. These brothers, I'm going to start with Tommy Williams, has over 50 years of work and training experience. Well, boy, I tell you, I don't have my ears on. So you guys have Marion up. Marion, I did this intentionally because Marion's bio is extensive. No, I am not. But I am going to call them up. And so again, I want them to be able to share with you all. These brothers have over 35 radio affiliates throughout the country. And the main one that we have here in Gary, Indiana, WLTH AM FM on your radio dial. And I am going to ask both Marion R. Williams and brother Tommy Williams to please come to the stage while I continue reading this. Let's give them a round of applause. Yeah, you guys got to stand up for these brothers. You know, they're still hanging in there for radio. know which one is which. That's Tommy, and that's Mary, and they both all get a bag too. Now I'm gonna talk a little bit about these brothers. You know, I always talk about family, and you heard Dion speaking about, you know, how important family is. They are both founders and CEO of, where are my notes? Y'all shout it out. Michi Ileana Broadcasting Network. See, I had to pull it up. They didn't separate it. They are both, as I said, founders and CEO of Michi Ileana Broadcasting Network. Brother Tommy here, owner and operator of Smokin' 99, where he hosts and promotes the virtual side of the station. And Brother Marion Williams runs it all. Marion, when I tell you, this all needs to be in a book. I am dead serious. His career and how they began their journey in the radio industry is phenomenal. Phenomenal. You know, we listen to Tom Joyner and all of those cats, and then you hear about all these other broadcasting stations coming in and buying out radio. Well, I'm still a radio person. My daughter will tell you, you know, I listen to the radio and I love talk radio, and their stations are varied and reach many audiences. So again, the Gary International Black Film Festival Founders Award goes to these titans of the radio industry. I should say Dr. Marion Williams.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you for this great award. The person that I certainly have to say is directly the pathfinder for all that has been achieved. And I turn to my left, and that's my brother. This portion of the award should be given to Tommy, because Tommy has been the pathfinder, and I have been the person who has followed. Tommy was the first person in this country as a college student in an all-black community, in an all-black college, to put together a radio station in this country. It was phenomenal. I could not believe it. And as a freshman coming into college, Tommy said to me, I have a radio station. I could not believe it. And this was in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And this was 1958. But later, Tommy introduced me to another individual who got me in the radio business, but with the pathfinder who stands here now. And sometimes I say, Tommy, you need to write some memoirs about what you have achieved. Because sometimes we think of the big I rather than big you. And this is the guy and others who have served as pathfinders to assist us in the radio business. The other day I was talking to Tommy and I said, Tommy, do you realize that in America today, there are 10,644 radio stations. And as I stand here today, there are only 139 that are owned by people who look like us. And in that category, there are three people: Catherine Hughes, Brian Allen, and my brother Tommy. I don't say that in order to get accolades. I say that because I understand that as pathfinders, you pave the way for somebody else. And that's what Tommy does. He says, get out of the way and allow other persons to rise to what they can be. And as I look in the audience today, I see a young lady who was in Michigan, who came in as a little intern. And today she stands there as the chief operator of 99.1 South Bend. As I look in the audience there, I see another young lady by the name of Natalie Ammons, who runs WLTH. And then as I look down in Georgia, Another person from Gary, Indiana, runs WSTT. And as I look around, I see another young man who came out of Gary, who runs our station down in Jackson, Mississippi. And then as I look in the audience there's my daughter and her husband, who are putting together a new station that's coming out of Valpo that now will be part of our network. But this is all part of being the pathfinder for somebody else. It's not the big I, it's the big you. You are more important than I. If I can't be a pathfinder to make other people rise to what the occasion they should be, I serve no purpose. I've taken too much of your time. I'll shut up.
Pleasant good afternoon, everybody. The radio business has been a tremendous business to Marion and I. We have accumulated a great number of outlets. And it came from a guy that I introduced Marion to in Jackson, Mississippi, a man named Mr. John Pembroke, who had a 7th grade education. And of all the radio stations that we've acquired, he said, the worst thing in the world that you can do, and I don't want to put this down to anything. He says, 2 things I want you guys to know. That when you get ready to do your paperwork, do it yourself. He says, because if you don't do it yourself, 2 things are going to happen. The lawyers are going to charge you for time and information. The time, they're going to charge you $200 to $300 an hour, and the information they give you, you don't know whether it's going to be good or bad. So we have taken that kind of thing, and I really want to applaud you for the kind of things that you're doing, because we have done that. And I want to recognize my friend on the 2 to 5 drive every day, Latrice Long, and Latrice has been with us a long time, and we really enjoyed Latrice. And then I want to throw the last thing in. I want to throw you. When I first went to school at Jackson State in 1960, I met a guy from Gary. He wasn't from Gary. His wife was from Gary, named James H. Meredith, the first Black to go to the University of Mississippi. I have been friends with James ever since 1960. That was the first person that he ever met when he got. I have a documentary out on James Meredith right now. My niece right there, Tasha, Latrice, and his wife is here tonight, Mrs. Dilworth. But the other guy who was with us is a guy named Jeff Smith. And I have the digicards that I want to give to a lot of you who don't have those digicards. It's called My Journey with James Meredith. When James first went to the University of Mississippi, it took 40,000 troops to get him into school for a year and a half. All the conversations with all the entertainment, you name them, I know them, because we was there with them, the Sammy Davis Jr., the James Brown, the Adam Clayton Powell's, the White House, everywhere there. So what I want you to do is, I love my brother Marion. He is a tough guy. He has a lot of education. He was a school principal for at least 7 schools, 7 high schools. He is a connoisseur. He's one of the best craftsmen that you want to know as far as building is concerned. And he knows what he's doing, okay? And the one thing that we've done, we have never borrowed any money from a bank.
Let's give it up for the Williams brothers, Marion R. Williams and Tommy Williams. Wow, this has been a stellar award ceremony, if I must say so for myself. I would be remiss if I did not introduce the dynamic Gary International Black Film Festival team. I don't know if they're all in the house, but I'm going to call them out by name. And if you are here, please come forward to be recognized. Miss Ludine Kilgore, Saida Holt, Mr. Walter Jones, myself, Tony Simpson, Miss Karen Toring, Thank you so much. And I hope I ain't forgetting nobody because I know we have Mr. James Ward, who's back there in the back. We have my baby who came in all the way from Maryland to do this. Those beautiful program books you guys have. That's the work of Erica Calhoun and the great photography that you see. And who else have I forgotten on the team? Rob Seals. He's behind there. He's behind the wall there. Mr. Rob Seals making it happen on the screen. Oh, you guys are I'm still working. I tell you, they do this to me every time. Okay. Gotcha. I know we were off there. Again, you guys, these are the individuals that tirelessly work year round to make movie magic happen by bringing guest stories, great content, great talent, and great pride to our beloved city from all around the world. Again, we cannot say thank you enough to each and every one of you for your continued generous support of the Gary International Black Film Festival's dedication to raising the cultural capital in our community and bringing awareness of the contributions of our heritage to American and global society. Now, we can finally say next year. We never say that while we're in the middle of the festival. So see you all next year. And what I'd like you guys to do as we're educating across this intergenerational space, grab your phones. We can ready to start trending now. Hashtag GIBFF 2023. Put it out there, you guys. Thank you so very much. It's been a wonderful evening and night. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Dion Taylor. Thank you, Ms. Roxanne Yvonne Taylor. Thank you, fellows. You guys, you have your directions. I think he just introduced him because I don't see where he went. I see where he went to. And I saw him walking. I think he went to, here he is. He's trying to get us some cameras. I had told him to put everything back. In our